My Mog, hello. Valentina, hello. Everyone's saying hi, that's very great. Whew, it's a morning. I don't do mornings often. Let's switch over. And hold on. Where am I? Bam. There we go. Samai, puisima, puisima. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. I'm a bit like slow. My brain's a bit slow today, but just that sounds wrong. But you know what I mean. Because I'm just waking up. You might have guessed I'm not a very morning kind of person. Let me move this around a tiny bit. Ooh, nope, that way. That way you can see nice things. Hopefully. Barev. That's not that kind of day today. I have a sharp focus. I've got like a certain amount of time to get this done. I'm quite worried if this is going to work because it's kind of requires a niche audience to make it work. But either way, this will be recorded on YouTube for posterity. So I hope that people will give me feedback in the coming few days. So, Morg with Timmer. Camille asked, hello, how was it at the gathering? It was amazing, it was fab. Yeah, you couldn't come, could you, Camille? It's a shame. I met Ludwig, as I said in my video. I'm going to close that while we're at it. Bam. What else? I did 2 talks. I mean, basically, just watch my last video. That was one. It's basically the same style, just me yapping to the camera. So you can watch that one for polyglot gathering updates. Yeah, let's see who is here. It's a bit. So let me tell you what I've been doing. Because I was supposed to do this stream like a week ago, or potentially a few weeks ago as well. Lots of things have happened that had made me have to like postpone this. Most significantly, last week I lost my voice, so that's why I couldn't do it. I was going to do it last week, but yeah, that couldn't happen. I was literally like using sign language for half the week, and then now today I'm still recovering. I still have a cold. If you can hear it, I can't tell if it's in my voice, but that's why. So the purpose of this stream is more specific than my usual study streams, as you can see in the thumbnail. And if you recall, last month, was it last month? Yeah, last month, I did a video where I went through the sample paper of my advanced Welsh exam. I did it on camera. I did it on like, what's that called? Time-lapse mode. I did that. And I marked it, passed it. Not very happy with the result, but still passed it, which is what matters. And then the thing is, I couldn't do the speaking exam because I was on my own. Like, was I going to just record it and put it on in the video? Yeah, I could have done that, to be fair, but I didn't. So here we are. I set up a stream to go through exactly this. I will tell you what it's like in a minute. But let me tell you how else I've been preparing, because fun fact, this is crazy, but this exam, the advanced Welsh exam, which is the B2 one, has 5 parts: reading, listening, writing, speaking, and language knowledge, which is like grammar and like collocations, idioms, and stuff like that. So there's 5 parts, but the writing, reading, and listening parts each account for 15% of the entire mark. This thing, the speaking one, is 45%, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. It's so imbalanced. I mean, it also shows you that they really want you to speak, which is probably a good thing when they're trying to like revitalize the language. But I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. I feel more confident speaking, which is not a common thing for me. Usually I'm much better at like written language. But and also another good thing is I've already done part of the speaking exam, because there were 2 tasks back in May, I think. No, April. Back in April. I want to say dros. That's Cymraeg. Back in April, over the Easter holiday, where I had to record 2 10-minute conversations for the exam. And those 2 account for, I don't remember, around like 10% of the entire exam. So I've already done that. So that's good. Less things to worry about. And also I checked, you don't have to pass every paper. You only have to pass the whole thing. So in the worst case scenario, I fail the listening, knock on wood. No, that's not how you do it. Oh my god, I'm still out. The worst case scenario, I fail one of the papers, and then I fucking nail the speaking one, finally. And then I can still pass, so that's fine. So that comforts me a little bit. But also the speaking exam itself has 4 different parts, which is quite intense. So I'm going to go through them with you guys. And hopefully, I don't know if that's going to happen. Hopefully, by the time we get to the 3rd and 4th parts, some native speakers will show up and then like judge me. And that's a goal of this stream. But we'll see. We'll see by then. So there are 4 parts. This is like an introduction to this exam that I'm doing and people should be doing, I guess. The first part is actually practically a reading exam. You can see it's a whole article here. I just read through it during the waiting period while you were in the waiting screen. Very last minute, I know. I had a big morning. I woke up 1 hour before the stream, and then I had like breakfast and lots of different things to sort out. So I had like 10 minutes to read through this. So it's basically a reading exam, and the examiner will be asked questions. And thankfully, I do know what the questions will be, because let me show you this. In the sample paper, this is the version for the examiner. So in the exam, I won't know what the questions are until I go and meet the examiner. I will just be reading. I would just have read this and then like made notes, and then I would go into the exam room, and then the examiner will ask me these questions. I haven't looked at them yet. I'm not going to look at them. But basically, it's a reading exam. And then the second part is the difficult one to do on stream, because I just checked. There are no questions here. So what it's about is I have sent them a bio, like something about me. I wrote like 200 words about myself, which is basically just my artist bio, like Israel I is a composer and polyglot from Hong Kong, that kind of stuff. I translated that into Welsh and sent it to them. So, oh my god, I'm dying, guys. I'm vital. So I sent them that, and then supposedly they will read it, they will have read it, and they will have come up with a few questions to ask me about myself. But that also means that there are no questions here. So with any luck, if we get more native speakers in the chat, I can ask them to ask me questions. But we'll see. Or else I'm going to skip this, because this is going to be a shorter stream. It's not going to be a 2-hour thing. Yes. The good thing about that part of the exam is I have been interviewed enough on Welsh media that I think I'm reasonably good at talking about myself. So, because I've been on the news, the Welsh news, S4C, and then I've been on 3 different podcasts about me. So I feel like at this point, I'm not too fussed about talking about myself. I'm probably going to be fine. Again, knock on wood. Okay, and then the third part is the exciting part. That's also the part that everyone's most worried about. It's a hot topic. It's crazy because you have to do a discussion. And then also, it's about difficult topics. So you have 2 topics to choose from. And in this sample paper, you can choose from number 1, life is much better in the countryside. Which honestly I can't speak to. I've never lived in a countryside. I feel like most people doing this exam will have lived in a countryside. I'm not one of them. I'm not Welsh enough to have lived in the countryside. So honestly, I don't know. I could just moan about buses and trains. That I could do that all day. Which is actually what I did. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about what I did. Anyway, so the second topic is there are no good politicians left. And like that is a heavy topic. Are we actually doing that? Yeah, that's quite intense. I'm like, which one should I do? Should I choose the one that I have nothing to say? I'll choose the one that is very difficult to talk about, and very complex. Thankfully, oh, by the way, in the exam, I can actually bring my dictionary in there. So during the preparation for this one, I use the online one, but in the exam, I will be using this tiny dictionary. It's just in case I need words. And in this case, I actually did need words. Like I had to look for words like budget, satisfy, I don't know, things like that. President. Anyway, so that's the third part. The fourth part is speak from experience. I actually haven't had time to prepare for this, but I will do that on live, I suppose. So it's, again, talking about myself, but not something that I prepared for, but rather just something that I will be thrown as a question that will be thrown at me at the exam. So I get to choose one between two topics. You know what? I'm going to choose it right now. One is describe the teacher that had the biggest influence on you. The second one is describe your first ever job. Okay, what should I do? Chat, what should I do? I honestly don't know. Let's say the teacher one. Do I have a lot to say about jobs? I mean, I could talk about jobs. What is my first ever job? I could make it up, but I shouldn't. What was my first ever job? Like, full-time? My internships? Translation? Oh, you know what? I will do the job one. I have a fun one. Yeah, let's do that. I have a fun. I'm gonna talk about my first ever job. Job is cool. You think job is cool, rabbit holes? I might do job is cool. The thing is, I haven't, for lack of a better word, I haven't had a real job. As in, like, I've done a bunch of things. I've had part-time jobs, and I've had interesting jobs, but not in the conventional understanding, or like the mainstream. Let's say the mainstream understanding of jobs. Cosmic socks things. Teacher is cool. Damn. I think both are okay. I'm trying to recall what I did in my practice with my teacher. Okay, so let me tell the story about how I've prepared so far. My teacher, it has very graciously given me like one-to-one tutorials for the past few weeks. So we've done it once a week, got like half an hour. Each week we'd go through one of the speaking exams, one of the speaking tasks. So basically I've done everything. I've done each part of the exam exactly once. I remember in the difficult one, the hot topic one, I talked about trains, which is very easy to talk about. Surprise, surprise. I like trains. I can talk about trains all day, especially in Britain. I doubt there will be a question like that in the exam, but we'll see. And then what did I'm trying to recall what I did for my speaking from experience one. I honestly don't remember. I did have a lot to say. What was it? I had a lot to say. It was something that was dear. Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah, I talked about switching schools. Oh yes, because I said I went to a school, which is like one of the best schools in Hong Kong, and then how I didn't like the culture there, how I got bullied, and then I switched schools. Yeah, so there are some guiding questions. Honestly, I feel like in the exam I will try to follow the guiding questions, but during my practice I didn't, because I just have so much to say. In the exam I will try to do that, and in this one I'll also try to do it. Right, so most of the rest of the stream is going to be in Welsh. If you don't understand it, you're very welcome to listen to it. I mean, you don't get lots of chances to do it anyway. So this is just a special space to hear the language spoken. Oh my god, I'm actually feeling nervous because I've done streams in other languages before, but I'm like, this is an actual exam. Dyna arholiad dwi'n trio gwneud. Oh, you know what? Another personal anecdote before we get into it. So at my university, there was an undergrad who is like a Welsh speaker. I was vaguely aware of them for a long time. I just knew that such a person existed, but I wasn't sure. And then there's been a few times I went into the lift, saw them, saw like Wales stickers on their instrument. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really say anything. I'm guessing maybe a Welsh speaker. And then I'll admit it, I did some light Instagram stalking. Okay. And then I realized, yeah, okay, they speak Welsh. So, but that was like near the end of their degree. So I went to their final recital. It was a good recital, by the way. And then I went ahead and said, Llongyfarchiadau. And that was my shocked native moment. They were like, oh my God, ti'n siarad Cymraeg? Even though we had never spoken before. That was our first encounter. And then last night was our second encounter. Because they played at a concert. I went to them, and afterwards we had a pint. And it's cool. They were very quite excited to talk to me. And then we talked about going to the Eisteddfod together, which we're now planning. So that will be exciting when we do that. Yeah, they're so encouraging. I really love it. I love it so much when every native speaker has your back to learn this language, basically. So it was really cool. And I was like, I'm supposed to go home early and prepare for my exam. And they said, Israel, you're preparing right now. You're speaking Welsh. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's what I was doing. Anyway, so we're going to get into it. Diolch am be, Rabbit Holes. Wyt ti'n mynd? Neu be? Dwi'n poeni bo chdi'n mynd. Okay, dwi'n meddwl byddai'n gwneud dim ond 2 rhan o'r arholiad achos dwi ddim yn gallu gofyn cwestiynau amdan na i fy hun. Oni bai bydd yna rhywun sy'n siarad Cymraeg yn gofyn cwestiynau i mi. Felly, oes yna siarad Cymraeg yn y chat? Please, rhowch gwybod, achos dyna'r un stream lle mae'n bwysig iawn gwybod pwy sy'n siarad Cymraeg, pwy sy'n ddim. Pwy sy'n yma o gwbl. Mae yna 10 ohonoch chi ar hyn o bryd. Ac dwi ddim yn gallu gweld pwy sy'n yma. Of course, da chi'n aros yn ddienw ar y we. Mae wedi digwydd bod fi'n cwrdd â rhywun dwi'n nabod, ac wedyn naethon nhw dweud, dwi wedi bod ar stream chdi. O'n i fel, be? Pam nes i ddim deud dim byd? Wel, dyna'r peth. Mae'n bobl sy'n cuddio yn y chat. Did I spill? How I didn't spill. Can I mynd i'r ddechrau? Hello there. This stream will mostly be in Welsh, but you're very, very welcome to come and join us and listen to the language and hopefully ask questions as well. You know what? Actually, screw it. Chat, whatever language you speak, whether you speak Welsh or not, give me questions about myself, okay? I think if you guys have been watching me and the channel, you know enough about me. You don't need to read my bio. So, chat, give me questions. I'll make like a question thingy. Is that how it works? Ask me questions about myself. Is that how it works? Does it work? Does it work? I made a thing. Do you guys see the? Yeah, I hope it works. Okay. Please let me know if it's correct. I made I have I told you guys this, by the way? When I was living in Sweden, I changed my YouTube to Swedish, and then for some reason, every time I log into my YouTube from a new device, it is in Swedish, and I can't change it back, even though I've changed it numerous times. I've told it to change back to English. It just does that. So on my OBS studio, it is in Swedish. It said live chat, and there is a frågestund. Frågor. Oh, that's Welsh. Oh no, I need to stop speaking Swedish. I tried. At the polyglot gathering, I had a few pints, and then I realized I could suddenly speak Swedish again. It was not being suppressed by my Welsh. But then, I couldn't speak Welsh. So I'm like, okay, fine. Before my exam, I'm never going to speak any Swedish, because if I speak Swedish, it will suppress my Welsh. Okay, that's interesting. Rabbit Holes put a question in here, but it's not showing up on the screen. So I feel like, you know what? I will stop this. You know, okay. That's. How does it look from your end? Like, Rabbit Holes, is that like a normal chat message? Okay, so Camille asked a normal chat message. Okay, good. We will go back to that later. So I will wait for your questions while I do the reading exam. Let's do. Okay. Oh, yn ôl i'r Gymraeg. Erthygl, dwi wedi darllen erthygl. Okay? Mae yna gwestiynau dwi'n mynd i darllen rwan. Dwi ddim wedi darllen y cwestiynau, felly dwi ddim yn gwybod be sy'n ynddyn nhw, ond gawn ni weld. Mae'r erthygl yn siarad am rygbi ac peryglon o chwarae rygbi. Mae'n trafod os oes angen gwahardd rygbi neu gwneud rygbi yn safach yn fwy diogel. Okay. Cofio'r rhai astyrthiodd. Be di'r peryglon mae'r erthygl yn sôn amdanyn nhw? O! Mae'r erthygl yn sôn am y peryglon o chwarae rygbi. Achos mae rygbi yn chwaraeon corfforol iawn. Mae yn enwedig pan mae dynion yn chwarae rygbi, maen nhw'n taro ei gilydd yn gyson, felly mae pobl yn gallu cael eu hanafu yn aml iawn. Enghraifft, cath yr awdur ei hanafu yn chwarae rygbi i bont yr ysgwydd, ac dyna sut naeth o roi gorau i chwarae rygbi. Ac yn enwedig mae dynion yn dod yn grifach a chryfach od amser i amser. Felly mae'r perygl yn gwaethygu. Beth mae'r erthygl yn ei ddweud am rygbi merched? Aha, okay. Mae'r erthygl yn deud bod rygbi merched yn yn llai peryglus. Achos achos mae rygbi dynion yn fwy corfforol am ryw reswm, ac yn yr ystadegau mae llawer llai o ferched yn cael eu hanafu yn chwarae rygbi. Felly, mae gêm rygbi merched yn fwy diogel. Ella bod y dynion yn gallu dysgu rhywbeth o'r merched. Tua faint o bobl sy'n cael eu hanafu yn order... Oh, shit. Oh, it's asking for specific statistics. Well, you know what that means? Okay, it's asking how many people get hurt playing rugby. That means when I read the article, I should look for specific details as well, not just a general understanding. Okay. Oh, tua faint o bobl sy'n cael eu hanafu. This is bad. Does gen i ddim ateb. This is bad. I'm gonna fail this. What? There's no numbers. How do I... What? Why is it asking how many people get hurt playing rugby? There is not a single number in the article. Is it bullshitting me? Are you bullshitting me? What? No. Honestly, I can't find anything. Let's read it together. If you can read, if you can read, that sounds so patronizing. Because it says it is. I haven't seen any statistics. I realize I can read really fast. Okay, does yna ddim ystadegau yn yr erthygl yn ôl fy mhrofiad i. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's just say if we count all the people who have been hurt in Britain from playing rugby, it would be scary. I don't understand. Okay, you know what? I'll skip that one. It'll be fine. It'll be fine in the exam. It'll be fine, I think. It will be fine. No, literally. There's nothing in here. I'm actually panicking right now because I'm like, what if that happens in the exam and I have no answer? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. That's gone. That's the point's gone. Pa reswm posibl dros hynny mae'r erthygl yn ei gynnig? Achos mae'r erthygl yn cynnig bod rugby yn gêm gorfforol iawn. Ac mae dynion yn dod yn gryfach, maen nhw'n mynd i'r gamfa i godi pwysau ar gyfer bod yn gryfach ac yn fwy, ac da ni gallu gweld yn y gêm bod y dynion yn taro'i gilydd yn gryfach. Felly mae'r gêm yn dod yn fwy a mwy periglus ar hyn o bryd. Dyna i gyd. Erbyn hyn yn gewri, wedyn o'r olwr. What is olwr? Be di'r ateb i'r broblem yn o'r erthygl? Does gan yr erthygl ddim ateb i'r broblem, achos mae'r erthygl wedi cynnig gwahardd rygbi, ond mae'r awdur hefyd yn cyfaddef nad ydy gwahardd rygbi yn ateb, achos bod rygbi yn gêm mor boblogaidd yn Nghymru ac yn Mhrydain. Ac mae'n ddiwylliant enfawr o gwmpas chwarae rygbi. Os ti ddim yn cymryd rhan yn y gêm yn yr ysgol, ti'n cael di alltuddio, no, is that word? Ti'n cael di, whatever. Ti'n cael di gicio allan o'r grwpiau yn yr ysgol. Ond mae'r erthygl yn cynnig dylsen ni gofio y rhai sydd wedi cael eu hanafu yn wrth chwarae rygbi ac yn bod yn ymwybodol o'r peryglon. Os da ni'n rhieni, da ni'n gallu sylwi ar y gêm a gwneud yn siŵr a sicrhau bod y plant yn chwarae rygbi mewn ffordd ddiogel, fwy diogel ella. That was part 1. That was crazy. Why? I'm very confused. I'm extremely confused. But you know what? I'll move on. I don't even know why that happened. But okay, the second part is. I'm sorry. I'm looking at. I don't want to give in. Like, I don't want to admit that I don't have an answer to that question. You know what I'm saying? I'm angry. Why is there no answer? I'll read it again later. I'm not doing it live. Okay, the second part is the questions about me. So I have had questions sent in. Okay. Mae yna gwestiynau I fi. Yn mae yna 1, 2, 3, 4 cwestiwn. Perffaith. Ni'n mynd I ateb y cwestiynau. Okay. Mae Gafir yn gofyn, pwy ydy'r fy hoff gyfansoddwr I? Ar hyn o bryd, Krzysztof Penderecki ydy fy hoff gyfansoddwr I. Dwi wedi bod yn clywed yn gwrando ar y gerddoriaeth ers talwm. Dwi ddim yn siŵr beth yn y gerddoriaeth sydd tynnu fi I mewn, ond ar y dechrau dwi ddim yn cofio sy'n nes I ddechrau, ond yn y brifysgol, y darn cynta nes I gwrando arno fo oedd Threnody, sydd yn dda, ond sydd yn llawer o lawlyfrau cerddoriaeth. Mae llawer o students yn astudio'r darn. Mae'r darn yn swnio'n rhyfedd yn hyll, ond nath y darn tynnu fi mewn, neu denu fi. Wedyn nes I ddargafod llawer o'i gerddoriaeth o, ac mae yna gymysgedd o arddellau yn y gerddoriaeth. Mae yna rhywbeth, mae'r bethau sy'n fwy modern, mae yna bethau sy'n hyn, ac mae hefyd wedi ysgrifennu llawer o gerddoriaeth yn seiliedig ar arddellau hyn, neu fathau o gerddoriaeth hyn. Felly dwi'n caru'r gymysgedd yma o pethau yn y gerddoriaeth. Enghraifft, achos mae hefyd yn gyfansoddwr crefyddol, felly mae wedi ysgrifennu cerddoriaeth ar gyfer yr eglwys, sy'n swnio'n fwy gyfeillgar, sy'n haws I wrando arni hi, ond hefyd yn creu pethau newydd, yn defnyddio syniadau newydd a modern yn ddi hi. Felly, dyna pam dwi'n caru'r cyfansoddwr yma. Ac mae'n bechod iawn, fy mod I wedi methu ei gyfarfod o cyn iddo fo farw yn ystod y pandemig. Felly, mae'n etiferiad go iawn yn fy mywyd I. How did learning Welsh influence the way you view Welsh people and culture? That's funny. That's kind of the exact question I got asked in my Learner of the Year interview. Sut mae dysgu Cymraeg wedi dylanwadu ar y ffordd dwi'n gweld pobl a diwylliant Cymreig? A bod yn honest, cyn I mi ddysgu Cymraeg, do'n I ddim yn gwybod llawer am Gymru o gwbl. O'n i'n ymwybodol bod Cymru yn bodoli wrth ochr y Lloegr, ac mae yna iaith ddiddorol yn y wlad, a dyna I gyd. Felly, drwy dysgu Cymraeg, nes I ddysgu popeth dwi'n wybod am y wlad a'r diwylliant. Yr enghraifft, y traddodiadau yng Nghymru, y pethau maen nhw'n gwneud yn ystod gwyliau, yr enghraifft y Nadolig, fy Mari Lwyd, pethau fyna, ac hefyd yr hanes, achos, wel, ers talwm, do'n I just byth yn meddwl am y berthynas rhwng y ieithoedd ym Mhrydain, achos fel person o Hong Kong, da ni dim ond yn dysgu bod yna iaith Saesneg ym Mhrydain, of course, achos mae Lloegr yn hybu'r iaith drwy'r byd. Ond ar ôl dysgu Cymraeg, dwi wedi dysgu cymaint am hanes y iaith, am hanes yr ieithoedd ym Mhrydain, ac wedi gweld tebygrwydd rhwng y hanes yma a hanes fy iaith fy hun, a dyna beth sydd wedi newid fy ngolygu ar Gymru yn llwyr. Have you met any Welsh speakers from wladfa? Naddo, yn anffodus. Dwi wedi clywed amdanyn nhw, ac dwi'n nabod person sydd wedi cyfweld siaradwyr Cymraeg o'r wladfa. Ond ar hyn o bryd, dwi ddim wedi cyfarfod un ohonyn nhw, achos does dim llawer o siaradwyr Cymraeg yn y wladfa, dwi'n meddwl. Mae yna blant yn dysgu'r iaith yn yr ysgol, ond fel jyst yn cadw'r traddodiad, ddim fel iaith bob dydd, dwi'n credu. Ac felly, efallai os byddai'n symud i rhwyddinas, enghraifft, i Gaerdydd, baswn i'n cwrdd â mwy o siaradwyr Cymraeg o wladfa. Wedi mynd i'r Eisteddfod eleni. Yndw. Os dwi'n gwneud os dwi'n tacu yn yr arholiad, basai'n wael. Dwi'n mynd i gair afsluta för åkestund. Dwi'n mynd i'r Eisteddfod, dwi'n edrych ymlaen at yr Eisteddfod achos dwi ddim wedi mynd i'r Eisteddfod o blaen, ac felly dwi ddim yn gwybod llawer o bethau am y diwylliant, am y digwyddiadau sy'n mynd ymlaen yn yr Eisteddfod. Ond yn lwcus, pan o'n i'n siarad efo'r myfyrwyr dwi wedi sôn amdano, neithiwr, nathon nhw esbonio pethau am yr Eisteddfod i fi, felly enghraifft be sy'n digwydd ar bob diwrnod yr Eisteddfod, neu be sy'n werth ymweld â fo, neu be sy'n ddiddorol i gerddorion. Felly dwi'n mynd i wneud cynlluniau manwl be i wneud ar y Eisteddfod. Gobeithio byddai'n gallu ffilmio pethau yn yr Eisteddfod hefyd. Mae gen i gynlluniau be dwi'n gallu ffilmio, be sy'n gysylltiedig i'r thema o'r Eisteddfod. Ac hefyd ella bydd pethau ddiddorol yn digwydd. Okay, that was the second part. Woo. Okay, now we get to the hard part. Now, the difficult thing about the third part is it's supposed to be a discussion. That's why I need to know oes yna siaradwyr Cymraeg yn y chat sy'n eisiau trafod y pethau efo fi. Os oes siaradwyr Cymraeg, efallai, byddai'n gallu gofyn cwestiynau. Ond fer arall byddai jyst yn siarad ar ben fy hun. Beth sy'n oce, dwi'n gallu siarad ar ben fy hun hefyd, fel cyflwyniad. Dwi'n mynd i siarad, da ni'n mynd i trafod y pwnc. Does dim gwleidyddion da ar ôl. Ac dwi'n gallu dechrau gan fynegu fy marn fy hun. Dwi'n meddwl bod yna ddwy ochr i'r ddadl yma. Mae'n osodiad eitha cymhleth. Da ni ddim yn gallu gwneud casgliad clir os oes yna gwleidyddion da ar ôl. Ond yn bersonol, dwi o'r farn bod yna ddim gwleidyddion da ar ôl. A dwi'n mynd i esbonio pam fy mod i'n besimistaidd. Dwi jyst yn credu bod y byd gwleidyddol yn cyfyngu gwleidyddion ac yn dylanwadu ar y ffordd maen nhw'n ymdwyn. Achos os ti'n eisiau dod yn wleidydd, ti angen gwneud llawer o gamau. Enghraifft, ti angen buddsoddi llawer o arian, ac ti angen rheoli cyllidebau yn enwedig os ti'n tywys y wlad i gyd. Dwi wedi darllen ambell i lyfrau am y pwnc. Enghraifft, un llyfr o'r enw, o'r teitl, Pam da ni'n cael y gwleidyddion drwg, ac un o'r enw Llawlyfr yr un ben. Ac maen nhw'n esbonio bod y gwleidyddion yn trio boddhau pawb ac yn methu achos mae'r gymdeithas wedi rhannu mor ddwys. Does dim modd gwneud pawb yn hapus, yn enwedig heddiw pan mae pawb yn meddwl mewn ffordd eithafol, dydy ddim yn bosib. Felly mae pob gwleidydd angen cydbwyso'r ddwy ochr. Cydbwyso'r ddwy ochr. A be ti'n feddwl? Wyt ti'n cytuno bod y sefyllfa yn dylanwadu ar y gwleidyddion? And then I ask the question to the examiner, I can take a break. Okay. And I'm going to say something else. Okay, yeah, dwi'n gweld, ond ar y pwnc yma, dwi'n meddwl dysen ni fod wedi diffinio be mae y gair da, gwleidyddion da yn olygu, achos dyn ni gallu trafod am gwleidyddion efo bwriad da, sy'n eisiau gwneud pethau da, neu gwleidyddion sy'n ddeallus, sy'n alluog, sy'n gwneud y swydd yn dda. Felly, dwi wedi trafod am sut mae gwleidyddion yn methu gwneud y swydd yn dda achos yr amgylchedd. I'm also making notes about what I should look up afterwards. Ac, ond dwi'n eitha positif bod yna gwleidyddion sy'n eisiau gwneud y byd yn well, achos dwi'n wedi dod i nabod ambell i gwleidyddion uchelgeisiol iawn ar gyfryngau cymdeithasol sy'n hybu gwelliant yn y gymdeithas, polisiau sy'n gallu gwella bywyd pob dydd y bobl. Mae gen i amheuon bod yn gallu gwneud rhai o bethau maen nhw eisiau cyflawni, ond dwi'n coelio yn gryf iawn. Dwi'n argyhoeddedig. Dwi o'r farn bendant bod yna bobl efo bwriadau da sy'n eisiau dod yn gwleidyddion, a gobeithio byddan nhw'n llwyddo yn y dyfodol hefyd. Ond ar hyn o bryd dwi jyst yn besimistaidd achos oherwydd gymdeithas, ein cymdeithas ni. See, how long was that? How long have I been talking about this? I think that was like 5 minutes, right? Because I'm supposed to have a discussion of like 7 minutes with the teacher, of the examiner. I think that is reasonable. I think I have said enough to constitute a meaningful discussion. Let me know, like, if you've been timing, or if you want, if you can go back to see how much I've spoken on this topic. Alright, now the last one. Actually, it's good timing because the actual exam is going to be half an hour. So I started doing the exam around 11. So I think the timing is pretty right. I actually feel like I'm in the actual exam. That's how it's going to feel. Like I'm going to be there. I'm going to have to make my brain go through all the speaking one after the other, different topics, different vocabulary. Shmai brawd, wyt ti'n gwneud gyda'r Gymraeg? O, dwi wedi bod yn hwyr. Dwi wedi bod yn gwneud y prawf siarad yn y papur enghreifftiol Wales. Dwi wedi cyflawni 3 rhan allan o'r pedair. Felly dwi'n mynd i gwneud yr un olaf ar hyn o bryd. Dwi wedi siarad am wleidyddiaeth. Speaking of which, I should check, is it wleidyddol or wleidyddiol? Wleidyddiol. No, what? Ac mae croeso I ti aros yma a rhoi atborth I fi am fy Nghymraeg, am fy modd o siarad Cymraeg. Byddai'n gwneud y rhan siarad o brofiad, byddai'n trafod fy swydd gyntaf erioed. Yn yr arholiad, dwi ddim yn siŵr ddyswn I cywiro fy hun neu beidio, achos pan dwi'n treiglon anghywir, dwi eisiau cywiro fy hun, ond dwi'n swnio yn llai proffesiynol os dwi'n gwneud cywiriadau drwy amser. Dwi'n dysgu hefyd mrawd, a thai ddim siarad yn rhugl, ond diolch I ti o'ch waith. O, diolch am ymuno hefyd. Dwi'n caru cyfarfod pobl sy'n dysgu Cymraeg. Gwleidyddol. I was right, it was gwleidyddol, not gwleidyddiol. Okay, siarad o brofiad. Disgrifiwch eich swydd cyntaf erioed, which is funny, that it feels a lot like my BSL presentation exam, which is tomorrow evening. Have I told you I'm doing 2 exams in 1 week? No, not 2 exams. Technically 6 exams in 2 languages in 1 week. Yeah, it feels like back in school again, all the exams in 1 week. But yes, tomorrow is my BSL presentation exam, and then Wednesday is all my written Welsh exams, reading, writing, listening, and language knowledge. And then Thursday is my speaking exam. Pob lwc gyda... Oh, diolch. Anyway, so this one feels a lot like my presentation exam in BSL. I'm just going to yap about myself for around like 5 minutes, which is perfect. And I also, as I mentioned earlier, I have not prepared for this exam, for this part of the exam, so I'm going to wing it. Okay? Disgrifiwch eich swydd gyntaf erioed. Fy swydd gyntaf erioed oedd gweithio yn Mhrifysgol Rhydychen. Do'n I ddim yn dysgu yn y brifysgol. Ro'n I newydd orffen astudio yn y brifysgol. Ond hefyd, ar ôl yr ystydiaethau, roedd yna bandemig enfawr. Roedd pawb yn aros yn adre yn y cyfnod clo. Dyna pam roedd y brifysgol, actually, dwi ddim yn fod I ddeud actually. Mae'n gwirionedd. Roedd fy adran, dwi'n meddwl, eisiau creu system I helpu... Oh, shit. Yeah, I should have prepared. Okay. I'm going to go back a little bit, backtrack. Ro'n i'n astudio cerddoriaeth yn Mhrifysgol Rhydychen. Ac yn ystod y cyfnod clo, doedd myfyrwyr ddim yn gallu ymarfer cerddoriaeth efo'i gilydd achos roedden nhw'n aros adre ac ddim yn gallu cyfarfod mewn bywyd go iawn. Felly roedd fy adrannu yn y Rhydychen eisiau creu system i'r myfyrwyr allu ymarfer cerddoriaeth efo'i gilydd, chwarae canu cerddoriaeth efo'i gilydd. Ac dyna pam wnaethon nhw gyflogi fi fel y cynorthwydd I greu system. Felly ddim fi wnaeth greu system. Fi oedd y person gyfrifol am ddogfennu'r system ac ei hesbonio i'r myfyrwyr I helpu nhw ddefnyddio'r system. Dwi ddim yn cofio sut ceisiais i am y swydd, ond dwi'n siŵr nes i glywed am y swydd drwy'r intranet yn y brifysgol, ac doedd hi ddim yn anodd iawn cael y swydd achos ro'n ni'n deall yr adran yn llwyr yn barod, felly ro'n ni'n nabod y bobl, nabod gofynion myfyrwyr be oedden nhw eisiau wneud efo'r gerddoriaeth, pa fath o gynlluniau oedd ganddyn nhw. Felly doedd y cyfweliad am y swydd ddim yn parhau yn hir iawn, achos nes i yn syml ddangos fy ngwybodaeth am yr adran, am y gerddoriaeth, of course, am sut mae paratoi at gyngerdd yn gweithio, pa gamre sydd ei angen yn y broses o chwarae gerddoriaeth. Roedd fy niwrnod i cyntaf i yn y swydd yn eitha ddiddorol, achos roedd popeth, roedd pawb yn gweithio o bell, felly ro'n i'n just yn eistedd adre ac yn cwrdd ar cydweithwyr ar-lein, ac wnaethon nhw esbonio be sydd ei angen i mi wneud, enghraifft ysgrifennu dogfen i esbonio'r system i'r myfyrwyr, ac dyna i gyd. Ond dwi hefyd yn cofio un diwrnod lle wnaethon ni drefnu cyfarfod ar-lein efo'r myfyrwyr sydd eisiau defnyddio'r system. Nes i gyflwyniad ar gyfer y myfyrwyr, roedd angen i mi esbonio pob rhan o'r system, sut i ddefnyddio'r system, neu pa fath o ofynion yn y galedwydd sydd ei angen. Ac mae'n ymddangos bod yna nifer isel iawn o fyfyrwyr sy'n gallu defnyddio'r system o gwbl, achos ar gyfer chwarae efo'i gilydd, ar gyfer canu cerddoriaeth efo'i gilydd yn llwyddiannus, roedd angen cysylltiad ar rhyngrwyd cyflym iawn, ac roedd yn ymddangos mae dim ond y myfyrwyr sy'n byw yn y brifysgol ar y pryd hwn yn gallu defnyddio'r system yn llwyddiannus. Os da chi'n byw yn y tu allan o Rhydychen, yr enghraifft, mae basai'r cysylltiad yn rhy araf ar gyfer gallu chwarae gerddoriaeth. Felly, be faswn ni wedi wneud yn wahanol? Dwi'n meddwl y baswn ni wedi pwyntio allan y problemau amlwg yn y system. Dwi wedi sôn amdanyn nhw. Ac baswn ni wedi ffeindio ffyrdd arall i'r myfyrwyr allu cyflawni ei nodau, achos yn y diwedd dwi'n meddwl doedd yna neb yn defnyddio'r system o gwbl, achos y problemau, achos y gofynion. Felly dwi'n meddwl bod y swydd yma oedd yn parhau sawl mis, a bod y swydd yna yn fethiant llwyr. Ond ystod pandemig oedd o, felly roedd llawer o gynlluniau, roedd llawer o syniadau yn methu hefyd yn yr un pryd. Dwi'n falch iawn ein bod ni ddim yn y cyfnod clo bellach ac da ni'n gallu gwneud cerddoriaeth yn y bywyd go iawn. Diolch am rando. That was it. I did my speaking exam. Chat, please give me some happy reactions. Please be proud of me. There is a hashtag Brawd Balch in chat, so I'm happy about that as well. I'm going to get one deep sip of coffee while you give me the praise. Okay? Do it. Nothing? Seriously? Okay, never mind. Okay, it is 11:30. Da iawn. Yes. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He did it. I did it. I've never done the whole thing in one go before. Well, let's fucking go, says Blank. I'm glad you're proud of me. I've never done this whole thing in one go. So, like, now I get a feel for how it's like for my brain to go through that. When I did my sample paper, the written ones, I did all 4 in like a few hours in one day. As you could see in that video, which is going to be what happens on Wednesday as well. So I feel like there's a different kind of mental space going on when you do so much in a brief period of time. This feels like I've done 4 papers in one because it is technically 4 tasks. Have you done IELTS or something, chat? Have you done like a language exam? Was it like this? Was it this intense? Because I've seen videos of like people of sample recordings from IELTS, and that is pretty intense. I think there's like multiple things to do as well. I haven't done IELTS, so please let me know if you felt the same way. But I definitely need a brain break. I'm going to a movie screening this afternoon. I'm heading off just after the stream. It's a film from Hong Kong about deaf people, it's like switching. I'm just switching between my 2 target languages now. I mean, no, I don't sign Hong Kong sign, but no, it's like sign language in general and Welsh. So this is going to be fun. YouTube chat has a bit of a delay, Brawd, but you spoke beautifully, flowing and with confidence. I wouldn't say with confidence, but or flowing either. Okay, that's starting to sound like I'm self-deprecating. Like, I do feel like I could use a lot more fluency, like in a strict sense, like fluidity in my speaking. But like at the same time, I'm speaking English right now, and I'm umming all the time. Like, what am I saying next? I suppose when I do the actual exam, I will have had more time to prepare because, as I said, I did the whole preparation in like 15 minutes or less. I mainly focused on the politician one because that was the hardest part and I needed the dictionary. In the exam, I will have 1 hour to read the whole thing. I think I could like mentally prepare how to say things or what points to make. So I might be able to do it more fluidly. It's a bit like giving a presentation, I suppose. If I've run through the presentation, the second time will be easier. Which is actually good advice for me tomorrow because I'm doing my presentation exam in BSL tomorrow. I'm going to need to like clearly go through what to do in my presentation. Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm quite uchelgeisiol. I'm quite ambitious. I do want to be really, really fluent in Welsh. I want to be speaking like a native speaker. Like last night when I was talking to my friend, like hearing them speak so naturally made me jealous. I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to be like that. It's quite sweet. Even though the accent was difficult, it's a north-south thing. We have a big rivalry going on because I mainly speak like a northern kind of Welsh and they're from like the south. So I didn't know the accent quite well, but I had to like adjust to the different words and different sounds, different endings. And it's funny because when I'm speaking any language, I'm like a sponge. And so like after 10 minutes of speaking, I started using southern words like mas, which means out, and it's allan in the north. And then they were like, yay, here we go. They're assimilating me. But yeah, it's great. I do like. Yeah, I do like the feeling of being able to speak a different language, which is weird, right? Imagine, just imagine being fluent. I mean, I already speak English quite well, and I just want to have the same feeling in another language. Yeah, it's been like 3 years since I said I want to feel the same way in Polish as I do in English. I still don't, but I'll get there at some point. Anyway, that is the end of this shorter stream. I hope this has been interesting. I'm from South Wales and grew up with failed bilingualism. Going to Carnarvon for the Indie March. I share that jealousy. Oh, let's do that. No comment on the Indie March. I'm staying out of this for now. But good luck. We should practice. We should practice more. We should especially if you go into the Eisteddfod, I'll meet lots of people. It'll be like full immersion. Someone told me, I think my friend who is a poet told me, the special thing about the Eisteddfod is that there is not a single place in Wales of this size that is 100% Welsh speaking. But with the Eisteddfod, you build a place like that. And I think it's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Like, it reminds me of something I read in academia, like something with like shared consciousness. When I was studying like national identity, because nation is an imagined community and all that, but like you have a shared consciousness even when you're apart. But with Eisteddfod, you bring that shared consciousness into reality. Like everyone in that space speaks Welsh. Actually, I just learned that you can go there if you don't speak it. I'm like, there's nothing stopping you, but like, I always thought it's a bit weird to be there without speaking Welsh, or like without having learned any. Like I encourage it, but also I would not be brave enough to do that if I were a beginner. But turns out there's like translations and things, so I do encourage people go if they're interested. I actually might try to take my friend there as well now that I know you could do that. So yeah, this shows how little I know about the event. So I'm quite excited. I'm hoping to go there and ask people like, oh, so what is this all about? Northern and Southern dialects are mutually intelligible. I don't know anything. Yes, mutually intelligible. Yes, they are. Depends if you talk to like, because my friend said last night as well, if you talk to like farmers or like people with really rural communities, they have really strong accents. It's a bit like English as well. Like some people talk with, I don't know, it's something with the voice as well. I don't know how or why I'm not a linguist. I can't really analyze it. But like the farmer's accent is really hard to understand. But I suppose there's a certain degree of dialect leveling, such that the younger people or like less rural people would speak in a more mutually intelligible way. So yeah, I mean, when we're studying Welsh, even if you just do Duolingo, you will be taught about the different dialects and what's different. Mainly, it's like different conjugations, like different forms of words. For example, go, the command go, in the north is dos, in the south it's cer, which is completely different. There's usually small differences. Those words are different. Like I said, allan or mas, which means out, go out, and mynd allan. So you are aware of this. The reason why I could shift into a southern accent without too much difficulty is because there is so much television from like the south. So I'm used to listening to it as well, so I can understand it reasonably well, except when in the exam. In the exam, when I did the sample paper, the listening exam, it had a southern accent, and there's so much dense information, I couldn't get everything. But in daily situations where I don't have to understand every single part of an utterance, it's fine if I listen to it and then like get 80%. Hopefully they give me something northern. But the fact is that I don't know the statistics, but I think there is more speakers of Southern Welsh than Northern, which is ironic because the proportion of Welsh speakers in the North is much higher. But the absolute number of speakers in the south is like, I think, similar or even more than the north, because it's just so more densely populated. Like, I think half of the Welsh population is in like the lower like 10% of the country or something. So that's why. But what can I say? I learn Welsh to speak with my friends, and I do learn how my friends speak. Isio, eisiau. Yeah, I say isio, tisio. But I think I've learned to also say moyn in the south. So like tin moyn. No, fi'n moyn. They don't say doing, they say fi'n moyn, rwbath. I believe there's over 20 dialects, but simplified. Yeah, I know. There's in Uwchdau, so the advanced 2, there is a part about I think it's actually the first chapter of the advanced 2 course. I did it on stream. I went through it on stream. You can look for the stream where I don't know which one anymore, but go look for it. The first chapter of advanced 2 is about dialects, because that's the first course that is no longer segregated into north and south. From beginner to advanced 1, you have the southern version, the northern version, but from advanced 2, it's just one course. So the first unit of that course combines everything and tells you, okay, so let's talk about these different dialects. There's like a bunch of them in the north, there's a bunch of them in the south. Let's talk about the differences in pronunciation, like blynydde, pethe. No, I say petha. So yeah, Welsh up north is closer to ancient. I wouldn't say anglicized. It's just different. And if you, I think I mentioned before, but when I looked at some Cornish, I did notice there's like a bit of continuum there. Because, for example, the word find, the anglicized version, feintio. In the north, you say feintio. In the south, you say feintjo. Feintjo. Like the dio becomes jo. So all the dio become jo. And then in Cornish, all the D become G. So like even T, like house, T is chi. So I can see it's a continuum there. So they simply developed in different ways. There's more Welsh speakers down south, but sparsely populated. I think you said the other way around in Wales, but yeah, basically, Saith is Latin. If you didn't know that, Saith is from Latin. That's why it is cognate with like le in French, or the latte. It's cognate with latte. Llefrith is Brythonic in origin. I checked, don't worry. Saith tastes better. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was going to end earlier, but that's it. I have to go now. I have to meet my friend who was here in the chat earlier. Thank you for joining me. This has been exhilarating. Wish me good luck, please, for my actual exam. I'm a bit nervous, but I'll get through it, I'm sure. I'm not too worried about passing. When I was in school, I was like a perfectionist. I wanted perfect marks, but in this exam, I just want to pass, and that's because the end result is just the certificate, right? I just need the certificate, so I just need to pass, and I'm not too fussed about it. Yeah, it's funny. My classmate and my BSL classmate says they want full marks. I'm like, you don't need full marks. You just need 15 out of 30. Anyway, so Cared fawr brawd a phoblwch I chdi hefyd. I'm gonna assert my northerness by saying chdi. Good luck and goodbye. Thank you. I'll let you know how it goes very soon. I'm going to be done with all this exam bullshit within 4 days from now, which is crazy to think about. Actually, my speaking exam it's on Thursday at 11. Actually, literally, I will be done at like 11:30 within 4 days from now. So for people who are in continental Europe, it is currently like 11:45. So like in literally exactly 4 days from now, I will have, I'm thinking newly finished, newydd orffen. I will have just finished my exam. So see you.